floats outside my prison window, mocking those within. And it sings to me real low, to hell is where it goes. You did murder Kate McCannon. This killer tune is by Coulter Wall, just a guy who loves to sing, apparently loves to work on a ranch, and so he's kind of rebuffed a few of the attempts that people have made to pull him out of anonymity and make him a star. And so it's kind of a cool character for that reason. Also very cool because his voice, which I didn't bother trying to mimic here, is really interesting. Immediately appealed to me because I'm a huge Tom Waits fan, but I'm a Tom Waits early half of the career guy. I check out of my Tom Waits fandom is when he goes into full growl mode, and I think there are some instances when he was first approaching that growl, that really gravelly voice where it was perfect and really cool. And there's other times also deep in his career where he was able to bring back that original kind of smooth, sweet tone in his voice, and that in that crackling range, almost like on your amp when you're trying to dial in that overdrive, limit where it's just interesting enough without being fully distorted. But anyway, let's get back to this character at hand, which is Coulter Wall. He does also interesting stuff in that you'll hear on the produced version, and you can actually see it on the live version too, where he stomps with his heel on a bass drum, which adds that background. And it kind of gives you a step above the buskers, stamping on a board or whatever, like that kind of Americana stripped down indie sound that, a little bit reminds me of like a Mumford & Sons, percussion. The production on the album cut, there's a lot more to it. It's really, really cool. And some of the maneuvers by the drummer, bass player, and other elements really add to it and enhance the song. Reminds me a little bit of Steve Earle song, and by extension, if you go backwards from Steve Earle, you hit people like Townes Van Zandt, and so people who sing sad songs frequently, or songs about the down and out, and so I love that genre, and so I definitely have room for an artist like Coulter Wall. Lyrics are tough. This is a different one than any of the other killer tunes up to this stage, and it's one again where kind of like you could almost do a pairing with this one and Hey Joe, where, spoiler alert, the singer and the narrator here is the one who done it, and he cops to it. This is definitely a murder ballad. It walks you through, the steps, the time, the who, what, where, when, why, background of it. But there's ambiguity to it in that first line where he's talking about being in prison and being mocked by the raven. And there's that symbolism there where you believe you're about to hear from someone who is stuck in a jail cell. And they're going to tell you why they don't belong there. So unlike this one where you have this kind of an archaic view of like, infidelity begets anger, and then therefore revenge and an act of violence. Can't get behind that. It is fictitious. I wonder if it was just the artist trying their hand in this world of singing about a murder ballad about something that's a very grave topic. The voice is really interesting, especially when you see the person who is producing this voice, and it becomes even more almost, it's threatens to become almost a novelty. It reminds me of Thomas Hardy voicing over Bane for the Batman movie. I watched a quick interview, which if I saw it, you probably saw it, of him talking about the decision and who he styled the voice after, which is kind of cool. But anyway, let's bring it back to the song at hand. Playing this one, I would say finger picking is cool, or hybrid picking. The hybrid picking thing is where you hold the pick in the traditional way, right? But then you reserve other fingers to take care of those higher strings. And so you can kind of have a more intricate, more deliberate bass line, and especially on this type of a nylon acoustic, if you get your hands on one of these, it does have a pretty cool effect. It's very traditional musical arrangement. A lot of it's focusing on the guitar, an alternating bass note. And the chord change is all pretty simple. But dramatic. So if you want to give a shot, the rest of the song is basically those same forms. And if you can think of any other great artists that have that kind of unique vocal range, feel free to share. All right. Have fun. See you on the next one.